I thought we did a great job today of obviously coming out and playing our game. I thought we didn't throw away at bats, no matter kind of what's going on. And, I think it's important for us to not throw away. And that's what I talked to them about. It's like throwing away at bats, throwing away pitches, throwing away defensive plays. And I thought we just did a great job of playing to our level.
So how do you enjoy that but temper it with a team that was a little bit overpowered, when you look at their first year? So do you add those two or just block that out like you said, just look at your own?
Yeah, I look at like what our approach was up at the plate. Like, was Emily commanding both sides of the plate? Was she able to go up and down? And she was, and so really just getting them, like, this is practice, right? Like getting them reps, getting them live reps with a live arm, because we're about to enter in the next 2 weeks of real hard, and that's the fun stuff. But we're gonna hit some bumps, we're gonna have some highs, like I know that, and we're gonna grow from it. And so I think that piece is really exciting. Is we're gonna get tested the next couple of weeks, which is good for us.
Did you check everything off your checklist for the first weekend, and what maybe was at the top you really was excited about, and maybe one thing maybe you wish you would something been different?
Yeah, I wanted to see kind of who raised their bar or raised their game when the lights kind of came on. Like, what does that look like when they actually get, and we've been competing against ourselves, So I was pleased with that. I was pleased with our energy. I thought we had great energy all through the end of this game. I thought that in the dugout, there was some good things going on. I thought defensively we made some big plays. So there was a lot of things that I thought, okay, like they are listening. We are moving in the right direction. I think if I were to pick something that we maybe didn't do well, we didn't execute some short game things when we needed to. So we had a couple of opportunities, and really we were just practicing it, because at some point you don't want to do it and it be the time that you really need to do it. So I think that's one area that we can continue to work on.
Talk to me about those pitching changes for the Lions. They went through 5 different pitchers, one twice. How does that really boost the confidence of the girls?
Yeah, I mean, we set a goal. We want to try to get that starting pitcher out by the 3rd inning, and so and that's just something that we're always, how many pitches can we make her make her throw? How quickly can we, get onto the next pitcher? And they're a first-year program. Brittany is going to do a great job there. I think she had 4 players when she took over the job, so she's kind of in a tough spot. So for us, it's just really like, are we having good plate appearances? And when they throw a lot of different arms at you, it can be a little tricky because, one pitcher, she was kind of effectively wild. So, it's hard as a hitter to kind of gauge that, is she throwing one over the plate? Those types of things. So I don't know. I think, great teams will have the ability to make adjustments. It's always about the team that can make the adjustment quicker. So I thought we did a good job.
How does changing all the pitchers, how does that make the players feel when they're like, oh, we're just too good?
Yeah, I think they just get excited about it, honestly. I think they're like, all right, on to the next, like who's next, and, whose number is next. And so I think that it's just that mentality of like never giving up, just being relentless in that pursuit.
So going back to the Michigan State game yesterday, how did you feel that went as far as, obviously the offensive production wasn't as big as it was today, but just being able to grind out a win like that and kind of, pulling runs across where you can, and then defensively, locking down, and your pitchers look great, all weekend.
Yeah, I thought Michigan State was a great game. It was fun. It was kind of my first experience with the fans engaged. I thought the fans were fantastic yesterday. They were fantastic again today. And so I think it was just like that first feel of like a real game, and I thought we did a great job of handling our business, our at-bats. I thought yesterday, Michigan State, we came out of the gates quick and very efficient, and then we threw away some at-bats, to be honest with you. And so that's what we talked about today is, and we talked about that after the Michigan State game, and I thought they responded very nicely in the nightcap. But it's that, again, that relentless pursuit of greatness, like just I don't care. Like, they have something that we want, and just taking every game, every pitch that way. And they should be mentally, emotionally, physically exhausted because I gave everything I could in that game. And it doesn't really matter who we're playing. And I thought they did a tremendous job of that today.
And how impressed are you just with, even today, just the ability of a lot of your players being able to come off the bench and get those pinch hit opportunities and then be successful in those at-bats?
Yeah, I think it just speaks volumes. You know, we kind of came into the game, I had told about 3 or 4 players, I'm like, listen, we're going to split the game no matter what today. It has nothing to do with kind of, you know, how the weekend went. But, you know, we still have a lot of decisions to be made, to be honest with you, and they're making it tough for us, which is good. That's what you want as a coach. So, you know, we'll have this week of practice and this week of games, and it'll be a short week of practice. We practice Tuesday and leave Wednesday. So, but, you know, we're just going to keep, and that's what I told them when we talked this week, is just like, don't panic if you're not in every single inning, and, you know, like, we're going to have these next 3 weeks to kind of figure things out. So just keep working, keep your head down, and your opportunities will come.
What are some of the key things that you hope they take away from this weekend?
Pitching. I think our pitchers did a great job this weekend. We limited the free passes. We played clean defense mostly. And I think the other thing was just being very specific with our strike zone, like not chasing, knowing what we're attacking, and making sure we don't miss when that ball comes, you know, to that spot.
And today was a record,
Yeah.
right? Is that any indication of how the season's going to go? For
I hope so, but I don't know. The jury's still out, so we're 5 days in. So obviously, I would much rather, you know, start off on this foot than another foot. So I'm not complaining, but I think the jury's still out.